Hello, beautiful people. I feel like my followers haven't heard from me in like over a week. So I'd figure I'd hop on. I do have a slight filter on. I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen me in glasses. They're not actually prescription glasses. They're blue light blockers. I've been finding myself like with massive headaches at work. So I got these from Amazon. They're super cute. And I wear them when I'm in the office because I'm looking at like 2 to 4 screens like for the entire day. So I wanted to just kind of hop on and talk about life a little bit. The last time I, came on to discuss life and how things go, it was to kind of talk about how things don't come to us unless we're ready, right? It was that we have to be ready and willing to receive, and we have to go through the stages of growth in order to actually receive what is meant for us, right? And if we don't do the work, then the things that we're looking for is not going to just magically appear. So those are like my, life TED Talks or whatever. But today is a little bit different. It's a little different version of like how to look at your life and what questions to ask so that you can really decide if you are where you want to be, if you're headed in the direction that you aim to go. And so I don't know if this is because I turned 30 in September, but I just feel so many shifts happening. Like, I went to New York this past weekend and I came home super, super grateful for the life that I have here in Florida because it's just a better environment. Like, I'm not getting drunk every weekend. I'm not partying like a rock star every weekend anymore. And I'm grateful for that. Like, I don't want to be doing that with my life because I know at the end of the day, it doesn't fulfill me. It doesn't give me the best feeling. When I overdrink, I'm like sad or depressed, or I'm not happy with myself. I don't feel good about myself, right? So I've been starting to like think about like the causes and like where I'm getting this from. And I just wouldn't have even experienced this, one, if I didn't move to Florida, and two, if I didn't like decide to dig deeper and kind of like figure shit out for myself, not necessarily for others. So I think the advice that I have to give is really just kind of like turning in and figuring out like what makes you happy, what gives you fulfillment, like what makes your soul happy, what sets you on fire, like what are the things that you're doing in your life and how can you change them to make yourself feel good about you and the decisions that you're making, etc., right? Some of the questions that I have is ultimately based because life is life and we only get one shot at it, right? Like, we don't get a rehearsal dinner for life. We get one shot and we have to make it our best. And what I've learned, I think, stepping into my 30s is that I don't want to have so many regrets. I don't want to think back 10 years from now about what I should have done or who I should have connected with or who I should have built relationships with or who I should have walked away from, right? So I think when we really get the fact that there's really no rehearsal for life, we don't get like a trial run. It's really just trial and error and kind of just figuring out where you fit into life and what your purpose is and where you belong and who you surround yourself with, and do they feed your soul? Do they make you want more? Because if you're surrounding yourself with people that are okay with the bare minimum, then you yourself are not going to grow. So they say surround yourself with 4 billionaires and you'll be the 5th, right? Surround yourself with 4 stagnant people who are stuck in their comfort zone and you will be the 5th. So it goes both ways. So because life is not a rehearsal, we don't get, like, let me try this first. No, it's trial and error and action and, response and effect and all of those things. So are you taking charge of your life? These are the questions that I have asked myself, and this is the reason why I'm sharing it, because I feel like it's been super valuable to my journey on personal development and trying to figure out like who I am and where I'm headed and who I want to surround myself with. So are you taking charge of your life? I can say with confidence that I have begun to really take charge of my life. I'm not waiting around for people to do things. If you don't feel like doing it, fine. I'm going to do it anyway. If our schedules don't match up, I'm not going to just not do it, right? Like, we have to, at some point, hold ourselves accountable. And if you are unhappy with your life and where you are, then you have the power and the ability to change that. And if you don't, then it's your fault. I'm sorry, that's hard truth, but it's true. Are you traveling how you want? Are you spending time with those who matter to you? Are you proud of who you are and how you treat people? Okay. This was hard. I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be vulnerable with you. I looked in the mirror this past week and I wasn't proud of who I was. I wasn't proud of the way I was treating the people that I loved. I wasn't proud of my responses. I wasn't proud of, like my deliverance, my tone, anything. I realized that I stopped kind of feeling happiness, and I want that feeling back. And so I'm going to do everything in my power to change little daily things that I do in my everyday life in order for me to find that happiness and that fulfillment again. I can't depend on my husband to give that to me, right? That's not our job. Our job when we're in a long-term relationship is to make ourselves happy so that we can then contribute to each other. If we are not happy individually, there is no way we can make each other happy. So that's definitely number one. I just want to leave off with, it takes 3 full weeks to develop a positive habit, okay? So I believe that each of our successes are found in our daily routines. So there's something that you can change, you can pivot, you can, remove if not serving you, you can add to. For me, I start my morning every day with a podcast. I don't leave my house until my bed is made, my son's bed is made. On my drive to work, I pour into personal developments using audio. So our success is found in our daily routines, and it's up to you to decide what you want to do for the day, how you're going to contribute to your success, what actions you're going to take to make yourself a better person. That's really all I have for you guys. I really love these life talks. As I'm learning, I'm growing, and I just love to share it with you guys. It might resonate with someone who really needed to hear it, and so I will never stop sharing my journey. I am an open book. I'm vulnerable. I share whatever I can because I want all of my followers to know that I am a real person going through real things, and this artificial life that you see on social media is not real. That is not our reality. Please remember that everything that people share on social media is because they want you to see it, okay? So people are not going to showcase their worst times or, their bad experiences. It's mostly just a highlight of the good. So keep this in mind when you're scrolling, and just, know that we're all real people, humans with feelings, going through this thing called life that we're all trying to figure out. None of us have it figured out, okay? None of us. I don't care if you think you do not have shit all figured out. But that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much to everyone who joined. I will probably share this to my IGTV, so if you are rewatching and anything resonates with you, please DM me. Let me know what part you loved more. Let me know if you want to hear more. I'm always interested in your feedback. Have a good day, everyone.